Alexander Pögl joins me now from JBC Energy. Thank you so much for taking the time. Alexander, the industry is in a bit of a dilemma at the moment here, and we're looking at, is this the new norm or is this just a cycle? What's the feeling?
I think it's one of the cycle which will develop into a new norm. I think we analysts in a very exciting time to find out the new norm, to develop the path forward. But there are a lot of question marks out there on the state of the economy, on the supply side, on the demand side, and the low oil price is not helping us in defining the clear way forward. We see the overhang on the supply side still persisting, potentially even in 2017. We see demand is not developing as strongly probably in 2017. 2016, and the reaction on the supply side is the big question mark also discussing this morning.
And indeed, that supply side is something that is going to concern the market when we're looking at the fundamentals, totally out of balance. Wonderful that we had great demand last year, very robust, and they're looking at even good enough demand this year. But will that be able to balance out, or is that just the million-dollar question?
The real interesting thing is if you look at our number, if you compare our demand forecast we did 2 years ago to what demand forecasts we were just doing 2 months ago, the aggregated total demand over the next 3, 4, 5 years didn't change much. It's just a redistribution on when the demand growth was happening and a redistribution of which product were in demand. So a gasoline versus diesel thing. So this is the one side. On the supply side, I mean, there are a lot of question marks around the US shale we've discussed today, which has been proved very robust. There are a lot of question marks about non-OPEC supply, but also about OPEC supply. We still see growing OPEC supply by about 800,000 barrels a day, around Iran, around Iraq, and other smaller players. So we do believe that the significant rebalancing will not happen before 2018. And we will stay in an oversupplied market for the next 2 years. Even though quarter on quarter you see some relaxation happening.
What happens in terms of the new freeze that's being announced here? I mean, will this help the market at all, or does it just give us a little breathing space?
I think it gives a little breathing space. What it means in reality we have to see, because as far as I understand, the agreement was to freeze it at January levels. If you look at our forecasts for the rest of the year, actually all production levels for the Qataris, the Saudis, the Venezuelans, they would have seen anyway lower production levels going on for the rest of the year. So the impact on the physical market is still something which needs to be assessed. Of course, it's something for the financial market to take on the news and try to make some kind of an idea how the market is developing. On the physical side, we don't see an impact on that simply because January numbers were relatively high, also for Russia, and we don't see them reaching these levels anyway during the rest of the year.
It's great to see you back here at the International Energy Forum, of course, and this is the second Thought Leaders Roundtable here. Very, very important gathering here, and I see people from all around the world and indeed from all different areas in the industry. How important is it that the International Energy Forum continues to bring together this group of experts in the region and in the world?
I think with so much uncertainty in the room, I think it's tremendously important. And it's seldom on any events I'm attending that you have so much capacity, so much experience, so much knowledge kept in one room, with so much also open interaction. And for that very reason, I think it's a very important event for the industry to clear our minds, to think about the way forward, and where we will see 1, 2, 3 years from now.